Welcome to Masked Matches of May. If you are unaware, this is a thing I have done for the last 2 years. In 2017, I did highlights of various masked careers in Lucha and abroad. Then in 2018, I did a match recommendation / review a day. Both 2017 and 2018 were just written, and I'll link to them in the description for this video. In 2019, I'll be doing a daily match recommendation review on video, or audio, but I will be uploading all these to YouTube. You can participate by commentating on this video and anywhere it's posted. I'd love to hear what others have to say about all of these matches. If you join my Patreon at the $10 level, I'll even let you suggest a match as long as it's easy to watch online, free, and of course includes a masked talent, because it is Masked Matches of May. If you pay $5 on my Patreon, you'll get access to match commentaries, of which there will be one for every match I do this month. These are commentary tracks that you can listen to with the match, hear my thoughts on it, watch along live with me basically. This may be added to the start of all videos, so I'll give a timestamp so that you can skip over this patch talking about the Patreon. This is May 13th, 2019. Today's highlighted match is the 2 out of 3 Falls tag match between champions Ultimo Guerrero and Bucanero versus Negro Casas and Perro Aguayo Jr. Taped on September 19th, 2003 in Arena, Mexico, and aired on September 20th, 2003. This was the CMLL 70th anniversary show. First we have Los Guerreros del Inferno, Ultimo Guerrero and Bucanero. In 2000 they won a tournament for the vacant CMLL tag titles. The titles that Negro Casas and El Hijo del Santo had to vacate when El Hijo del Santo stopped working for CMLL. In the early 2000s, the team of Ultimo Guerrero and Bucanero held the CMLL tag titles 3 times over 1,185 combined days, the second most of all time, and really the most of all time if you take into account that the number 1 team of Negro Casas and Shocker vacated their belts after over a year of no defenses from late 2016 to early 2018. By this point, Bucanero and Ultimo are in their second title reign, the team who held it between their first and second reign being the team that had vacated the belts, El Hijo del Santo and Negro Casas. Here, Negro Casas is challenging once again, but with a younger partner than the icon El Hijo del Santo. Ultimo Guerrero we have sort of covered before, being the leader of Los Guerreros Laguneros, which became Los Guerreros de la Atlantida, then what it's currently known as Los Guerreros Laguneros. He has, in the years since 2003, become known as the biggest Rudo in CMLL most years, the bad guy that everyone wants to beat. Bucanero left Los Guerreros de la Atlantida to join Negro Casas' faction, La Pesta Negra, in 2010, before then always being with Ultimo Guerrero's stable while in CMLL. His time in La Pesta Negra, though, was short-lived, as in 2011, he, Terrible, and Tejano Jr. would start a new stable called La Fuerza TRT, which would later morph into TRT La Máquina de la Destrucción, Spanish for the Machine of Destruction. After a while, Tejano left CMLL, while Bucanero and Terrible continued to team until 2018 when Terrible joined Ingobernables, basically disbanding TRT. This led Bucanero in 2018 to make a new team with Shocker called Señores Bien. Bucanero's last title in CMLL was the NWA World Historic Light Heavyweight Championship, which he lost in 2016, while Ultimo Guerrero is currently holding the CMLL Heavyweight Championship and the CMLL World Trios titles with his stable Los Guerreros Laguneros. Negro Casas has been covered before on both Day 7 and 8. A legend of the industry, Negro Casas has never worn a mask, first lost his hair to Eddie Guerrero in both of their first Lucha de Apuestas matches. Negro Casas is the son of the famous Lucha ref, Pepe Casas, and oldest brother to both Filano and Heavy Metal. In the early 2000s, he was just entering his early 40s and would become the Rudo that everyone knew, the one that had his biggest feud with El Hijo del Santo and is likely El Hijo del Santo's biggest rival. The two of them had headlined CMLL 64th anniversary 6 years prior to this, in what could be considered the biggest match of either man's career, which is saying a lot considering the lengthy and legendary career both men have had. Negro Casas since 2008 has led La Pesta Negra, a stable of filthy comedy characters currently including himself, his younger brother Filano, Afro-wearing Mr. Nibla, and rising caveman star Barbaro Cavernario. Perro Aguayo Jr. is the youngest star in this match and sadly is the only one of the 4 who has passed away. While he died young, he still accomplished a lot in his truncated career. Making his debut in 1995 at the age of 16, Perro Aguayo Jr. that year would be named Wrestling Observer Newsletter's Rookie of the Year. First working for AAA in the late 90s and early 2000s, where he would capture the Mexican National Tag Team Championships with his legendary father, Perro Aguayo. He also held the Mexican National Atomicos Championships, the Mexican National Tag Team Championships with Hector Garza, who he'd be friends with most of his career, and Mexican National Light Heavyweight Championship, his first singles title. All of those he held in AAA, this of course being before AAA dropped all the Mexican national titles around 2007 in favor of AAA branded titles. In 2003, Perro Aguayo Jr. arrived in CMLL and very quickly was made to be a big deal. His father, of course, being one of the biggest draws in Mexico in the late 80s and early 90s. Perro Aguayo Jr.'s Lucha de Apuestas record being 7-0 at this point when he arrived in CMLL, 4 of those shavings and unmaskings happening on AAA's pay-per-views. A record that he would continue to build in CMLL, and his final Lucha de Apuestas win coming at Triple Mania 21, leaving his total at 13-0 upon his passing. A perfect Lucha de Apuestas record, with many of those happening at big annual pay-per-view events across both CMLL and AAA. Of course, we can't talk Perro Aguayo Jr. and not mention his legendary stable turned promotion, Perros del Mal. Founded in 2004 and running roughshod over CMLL for years, which included Perro Aguayo Jr. winning Lane de Plata and having a great singles match with El Hijo del Santo after Perro Aguayo Jr. destroyed the winner's trophy, which of course is a plaque with El Santo's mask on it made of silver. In 2008, Perro Aguayo Jr., as well as many other stable members, left CMLL for a year or two and would run their own indie shows. Perro del Mal liked NWO, ballooned up and had many members over the years. In 2011, Perros del Mal would invade AAA as a major storyline and would still run their own independent shows in 2011 and 2012 before Perros del Mal production seems to have quietly stopped running and became more just a stable again in AAA. This continued, and in this run of AAA, Perro Aguayo Jr. would win the Rey de Reyes tournament and Copa Triple Mania 22. Sadly, Perro Aguayo Jr.'s career would come to an end at the age of 35, when he died in the ring at an independent show in 2015. A man who'd no doubt be in main events in the 4 years that have passed since. It's a shame we lost him so young. With those bios out of the way, how was the match? Great! Finding any tag matches with Ultimo and Bucanero will be great. They just get tag team wrestling and tend to pull out all the stops. At this point, both men were still young and eager to show CMLL brass and the fans what they could do. This is also the case with Perro Aguayo Jr., who had plenty of reputation coming from AAA, but had to show CMLL he was worth all the buzz. Negro Casas is the only one of the 4 who is basically a made man at this point. Still, he is also a made man right now in 2019 as a 59-year-old man with 40 years in the business, and still seems to give it his all these days. This has the brief first 2 falls/rounds issue that plenty of CMLL matches have, even bigger matches like this one at 70th anniversary. I don't mind though as long as the third delivers, and I think that the third does deliver a satisfying conclusion to this match. In his almost 20 years in the business, Perro Aguayo Jr. managed to cram in a lot of great classics and really had many stages of his career. I'm still a CMLL fanboy and I pretty obviously prefer his 2003 to 2008 period with the company. Much like Phoenix, Pentagon, and Park coming to the company in 2018, when Perro Aguayo Jr. arrived in 2003, it was a big deal and CMLL treated that way, even if he wasn't a legend yet. He also has his rookie years in the late 90s, the Perro del Mal indie period for a few years, and the closing chapters of his career in AAA during the mid-2010s. It's a shame Perros del Mal basically ended with him as well, a once dominant faction basically splintering off and fading without the dog that led the pack. Still, Perro Aguayo Jr. and Perros del Mal will live on through the many classic matches they participated in, including this pre-Perros del Mal match. That's all for today's match review. This is Lost in Lucha, signing out.